what should you start or do more of? What should you do less of? And there's one more that I throw in, which is, what should you start doing that you've always put off doing? And sorry, there's one more that's gone, but I agree, it follows that pattern very well. And these things are easy to talk about, but less easy to do. But I rather like this point of conversation of energy, because I think that's one of the reasons that coaching is more of a challenge than people think, because people know what they do, but because we consciously know what to do doesn't mean the body provides the energy to do it.
It's funny, I misheard what you just said. Maybe you did say, I don't know. I thought you said, instead of conservation of energy, I thought you said conversation of energy. And actually, I thought, that's quite important to do. A lot of this is actually about trying to have a conversation, having an exchange with energy. And it can be through actual conversation, it could be through actions, it could be through processes. But often these energetic conversations, they shape our relationships with ourselves and our perceptions between our thoughts, and also our relationships with other people. So the things that we do with our energy, they actually shape our relationships. In fact, I gave a definition a long time ago for a working definition of energy, because there's so many different ways that energy can be thought of. And I specifically wanted to make it a kind of universal definition that would work for physicists as well, much as it would work for therapists and coaches. And the definition I came up with, the short version, was that energy is the quantity and quality of relationship within a system and between that system and others. So it could be a person, a person's energy could be about the quantity and quality of the relationship they have with themselves, or the relationship they have between themselves and others. Now, when you change those relationships internally and in between people, the person's energy actually changes physically. And the reverse is true as well. You could say that relationships are really the quantity and quality of energy within a system and between that system and others. And if you change the energy within people and between them, their relationships are going to change. They're going to transform. So that mutual reciprocal bond, if you like, between energy and relationship, I think is critical to understanding consciousness. It's critical to knowing how to model intelligence and consciousness into AI. And lastly, it's really an important thing ultimately that you're going to be managing in actual coaching sessions, because ultimately what you're managing is the interventional relationship, the relationship you have with the client. And when you manage that properly, you change the energy within you as a coach, but also change the energy within the client. And when that transformation of energy occurs, if it's done in a way which conservation of energy was practiced, the person should come to life a little bit more. They should get a bit more clarity and more vitality in their demeanor and be a bit more alive, literally. And if that's not happening, then you probably didn't exercise conservation of energy very well. So there's something really important to bear in mind, that relationship between that kind of connection between energy and relationship.